Welcome to a deep dive into the future of AI. We have this awesome article from AI Magazine.
Oh, cool.
It's called Top 10 AI Predictions for 2025.
Oh,
And
cool.
I think it's going to be fun to kind of go through these predictions and
Yeah.
see what we think. It'll be like peeking into a crystal ball.
Yeah, and I think what's really striking about these predictions
Right.
is that it seems like we're moving beyond just like the experimental phase with AI.
Yeah.
It seems like now we're seeing it being integrated into like every industry.
It's not just a cool tech thing anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, by 2025, AI is going to be like a core business asset.
So it's not playing around anymore. It's like serious business now.
Yeah, exactly.
And one of the areas where it's going to have like a huge impact, I think, is healthcare.
For sure.
They're talking about AI systems that can analyze medical images
Oh,
and they can detect diseases like incredibly early,
yeah.
like brain tumors or Alzheimer's, even before like symptoms even show up.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so think about what that could mean for patients.
Exactly. Early detection.
Early
It
detection.
often means a better chance of treatment.
Yes,
And
exactly.
not just that, but on a larger scale, I think this kind of AI diagnosis could lead to more personalized care
Totally.
and potentially even reduce healthcare costs, which is huge.
It's like having a super doctor like on call 24/7.
Yeah.
And it's not even just diagnostics, right?
Right.
The article mentions these companies like CloudMedX
Yeah.
and Bioformis
Uh-huh.
that are using AI to develop personalized treatment plans
Yeah.
and even like support for home-based care,
Interesting.
which is pretty amazing.
It is. And what I find fascinating about these companies is
Yeah,
they're not just like trying to replace doctors with AI.
right.
They're actually using it to empower doctors,
That's a good point.
like giving them the information they need to make the best decisions.
Yeah, it's like giving doctors like a superpower upgrade or something. But with all this talk about AI, getting smarter and smarter
Uh-huh.
and more capable, I kind of wonder like what does that mean for control?
Sure.
Like who's making the decisions? And that's where I think this idea of agentic AI comes in.
Yeah, definitely. Agentic AI refers to systems that can make decisions and achieve goals with very minimal human intervention.
So it's like AI thinking for itself.
Yeah, it's a level of autonomy that we really haven't seen before.
Wow. So can you give me like a real world example of like how that might work?
Absolutely. Imagine like a financial system
Okay.
that uses agentic AI to detect fraudulent transactions.
Okay.
So the AI would be analyzing patterns in the data,
Mm-hmm.
learning from previous incidents,
Mm-hmm.
and then making decisions about blocking transactions like in real time,
Wow.
all without needing a human to
That's
check in.
But giving AI that much control over something like finances,
Right.
that would require a lot of trust in the technology, wouldn't it?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
As AI becomes more autonomous,
Yeah.
the question of trust becomes super important. And that's where this concept of responsible AI comes in.
Okay, so responsible AI. So we're talking about making sure that
Mm-hmm.
AI is like developed and used ethically.
Yeah, exactly. The article mentions Microsoft's responsible AI standard
Oh, yeah.
as like a good framework for building trustworthy systems.
Mm-hmm.
And it outlines things like fairness, reliability,
Right.
safety, privacy, accountability, all these things that are going to be
Yeah.
critical as AI gets, more integrated into our lives.
So it's not just like what AI can do. It's like making sure it's doing the right things
Exactly.
in the right way.
Yeah, and in the article has some really cool real-world examples
Oh, yeah.
of companies like putting these principles into action.
Like what?
So like FICO, the credit scoring company,
Yeah.
they're using AI to create a more unbiased credit scoring system.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's trying to address those existing biases and create a fairer system.
That's really
And then another example is IBM's Watson Orchestrate,
okay.
which is a platform that helps companies make fairer hiring decisions.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so really trying to use AI for good.
I like that.
Yeah, promoting fairness and equality.
But, okay, let's shift gears for a sec and talk about something that sounds like it's from a sci-fi movie.
Okay.
This generative video AI.
Oh, wow.
The article says that by 2025, we'll be able to create realistic videos just by, like,
Artist.
typing in what we want.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
So this technology is based on, like, these advanced algorithms, like
Right.
generative adversarial networks, or GANs,
Yeah.
and diffusion models.
Right.
And these algorithms can basically learn patterns from existing videos
Mm.
and then use that knowledge to generate entirely new video content.
Yeah, like from text prompts.
So, like, I could type in, like, a dog riding a surfboard on a giant wave,
Right.
and
Yeah.
boom, I'd have a video.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so platforms like OpenAI's Sora, Runway's Gen 1 and Gen 2, and Meta's Make a Video are already doing this.
That's incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
can you imagine the impact that'll have on, like, content creation?
Right.
Everything from marketing videos to educational content could be created almost instantly.
That's insane.
It is insane.
Crazy.
But it also raises questions about the future of video and, like,
Yeah.
the potential for misuse.
Like deepfakes and stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like any powerful tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
Right.
It's up to us to kind of make sure it's used responsibly.
Yeah, definitely.
But all of this is happening within a world where different countries are approaching AI development and regulation in different ways.
Right.
The article mentions the EU's AI Act as like a landmark piece of legislation.
Yeah, that's a great example of how governments are trying to figure out, how to deal with the challenges and opportunities of AI. It's the world's first, like, comprehensive framework for AI governance.
Wow.
And it takes, like, a risk-based approach,
Yep.
It's regulating systems based on their potential impact on society.
So it's like setting up some rules to make sure AI is actually benefiting people.
Exactly. Yeah, and not causing harm.
Are other countries doing similar things?
It's interesting that, different regions are tackling this in different ways.
Okay.
China has implemented, like, these really strict guidelines focusing on things like machine learning and biometric recognition. The U.S. has a more decentralized approach.
Right.
Individual states are taking the lead.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a global patchwork of regulations right now.
Yeah, everyone's trying to find that balance between fostering innovation,
Right.
but also protecting people.
Exactly.
But before we get lost in the regulatory maze, let's talk about something even more mind-blowing.
Okay, bring it on.
Quantum AI.
Oh, wow.
This article makes it sound like this technology is going to unleash, like,
Yeah,
unprecedented computing power.
it really does have that potential.
Yeah.
Quantum AI could totally revolutionize computing as we know it.
Okay, I have to admit, when I hear quantum, I get a little confused.
It's a tough concept.
So can you explain it in a way that, like, I can understand?
I'll try my best.
Thanks.
So imagine you have a coin, right?
Okay.
In classical computing, that coin can be heads or tails.
Right.
But in quantum computing, that coin can be both heads and tails at the same time.
What?
Yeah, it's this concept called superposition.
Okay.
And it lets quantum computers do, like, multiple calculations simultaneously.
So it's like a computer that can explore every possible solution, like, all at once,
Exactly.
instead of one by one.
That's the idea.
That's wild.
It is pretty wild.
The article specifically mentions Google's development of the Willow quantum chip.
Yeah.
It has 105 qubits. What are qubits and, like, why are they important?
So qubits are like the building blocks of quantum computers.
Okay.
They're like bits in normal computers.
Mm-hmm.
But with that added ability to be in that superposition of states,
Okay.
the more qubits you have, the more powerful the computer.
I see.
And so Google's Willow chip is a big step towards
Yeah.
building practical quantum computers.
So we're talking about computers that are, like, exponentially faster than anything we have today.
Yeah, that's the idea.
What kinds of problems can we solve with this kind of power?
I mean, the possibilities are huge.
Yeah.
Like the article mentions drug discovery and material science.
Yeah.
But you could also think about things like finance, being able to create, like, really accurate models for predicting market behavior.
Yeah.
Or climate science.
Right.
Being able to create more sophisticated simulations of the Earth's climate.
Yeah.
Even cybersecurity.
Okay.
Developing unbreakable encryption algorithms.
So it really is like opening up this whole new universe of possibilities.
Yeah, it is. And it's exciting.
It is exciting.
It also comes with a lot of responsibility.
Like, we got to make sure we're using this technology for good.
Yeah. We need to be prepared for the potential disruptions it could bring.
Definitely well said. So let's take a quick pause and then we'll dive into the rest of these predictions.
Sounds good. Okay, so, we've been talking about some pretty crazy stuff like AI and healthcare and quantum computing.
Yeah.
But let's switch gears a little bit and talk about cybersecurity.
Okay.
Because AI is already making a big difference there.
Yeah. I mean, when I think about cybersecurity, I still kind of picture, those movie scenes with, like, hackers in dark rooms typing code.
Yeah, the Hollywood version, right?
But I feel like AI is going to change all that.
Totally. I mean, it's funny you say that because
Right.
that stereotype is becoming so outdated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cyber attacks are way more sophisticated now.
Right.
We need better defenses. And AI is like,
Stepping up.
yeah, stepping up to provide that next level of protection.
The article was saying like AI can analyze tons of data
Hmm.
to detect threats in real time.
Yeah, like instantly.
Like they were saying IBM did a study
Okay.
and they found that AI could handle like 70% of security alerts automatically.
Wow, that's amazing.
Isn't that insane?
It is. I mean,
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
Human analysts just can't keep up with all the data that's out there.
Right.
So AI is crucial for like sifting through all that.
Yeah. It's like having like a digital army of detectives
Right.
constantly monitoring everything.
Yeah, looking for trouble.
But what's really cool, I think, is that AI can do more than just react to threats.
Right.
It can actually predict them.
Yeah, like the article talks about predictive analytics and threat intelligence.
It's like AI having a crystal ball for cybersecurity.
Right.
You can see what's coming before it even happens.
Exactly. So you can like anticipate and prevent those attacks.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful stuff. But,
Of course.
you need a lot of data and processing power for that,
Of course.
which is why those advancements in cloud computing and big data
Right.
are so important for AI and cybersecurity.
They're all connected.
Yeah, totally. They provide the infrastructure for all this.
It's like we're building this giant digital fortress, and AI is like the guards on the wall.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
But with all this power,
Uh-huh.
we have to think about the environmental impact.
Yeah, for sure. That's where sustainable AI comes in.
Right. Sustainable AI.
We need to be mindful of the environmental footprint.
Right. All those data centers and the energy they use.
Yeah, all that adds up.
So it's not just about making powerful AI. It's also about making it sustainable.
Absolutely.
The article mentions Google's doing a lot of stuff in this area.
Yeah, they're really trying to be leaders in this space.
Like improving data center efficiency and using carbon-free energy.
Exactly. They've actually achieved a 30% increase in efficiency using AI.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's pretty impressive.
It's like they're using AI to fight climate change while also, protecting our digital world.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
But sustainable AI, it's not just about one company doing stuff, right?
No, it's got to be a collaborative effort.
The article was talking about the importance of like industry-wide standards,
You need everyone on board.
like the Cloud Native Computing Foundation.
Uh-huh.
They're working on open source tools and best practices.
Exactly. So it's about creating this shared responsibility for making AI more sustainable.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that answer.
So let's talk about something a little more personal now.
Okay, what's that?
These advanced voice assistants.
Ah, yeah. Those things are getting pretty amazing.
I know. Remember like those early ones? I could barely understand anything.
Oh, yeah. I remember those. They were so frustrating.
I know, but this article says that by 2025, they're going to be so sophisticated.
Really?
They'll understand not just our words, but also our emotions.
Wait, you mean like...
Like they'll be able to tell if I'm happy or sad or frustrated,
Wow.
just by the tone of my voice.
That's wild.
Yeah, they'll be using technology like voice emotion recognition and sentiment analysis.
So they can understand the emotional context.
Yeah, and respond accordingly.
It's like having a friend who can always sense how you're feeling.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
knows how to react.
But that would require like a deep understanding of human psychology, wouldn't it?
That's a good point.
It's not just about recognizing words anymore.
Right.
It's about understanding the meaning behind them.
So they're using all these advances in natural language processing and machine learning,
And even effective computing.
which focuses specifically on emotions, right?
Exactly.
So it seems like the way we interact with computers is going to be...
Yeah, it's going to be much more natural and intuitive.
And they'll be able to do things like real-time translation.
Imagine that, talking to someone in a different language.
Yeah.
And having everything translated instantly.
That's insane.
It's amazing.
And they'll be able to learn our preferences and adapt to our personalities.
It's like having a personalized AI assistant.
It's crazy.
That's tailored just for you.
But with AI becoming this integrated into our lives, I wonder how it's going to change the way we work.
Oh, the article talks about this idea of AI augmented workspaces.
Okay, AI augmented workspaces. So,
Yeah, so it's not about robots taking our jobs.
okay, good.
It's about AI becoming like our partners.
They're coworkers.
Yeah, helping us work better and more efficiently.
Okay, so like AI can handle those repetitive tasks and we can focus on the more creative stuff.
Yeah, exactly, like the strategic thinking and problem solving.
That sounds like a good deal.
It does, doesn't it?
But how would that actually work in practice?
Yeah, they give some examples.
Oh, yeah.
Like in software development,
Okay.
there are tools like Microsoft's GitHub Copilot.
Uh-huh.
And It actually helps programmers by suggesting code in real time.
Wow. It's like having an AI pair programmer.
Exactly.
What about other fields?
Well, in healthcare,
Okay.
AI could help doctors analyze patient data,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even suggest diagnoses and treatment plans.
That's crazy.
It is. And then in finance,
Yeah.
AI could help analysts identify market trends and assess risk.
So basically, AI is going to revolutionize every industry.
Yeah, it really has the potential to.
It's pretty exciting, but also a little scary.
Yeah. I mean, it's important to remember that,
Yeah.
we need to guide this technology responsibly.
We sure benefits everyone.
Exactly.
Well said.
Thank you.
So you ready for the final predictions?
Oh, yeah. Bring it on.
All right, so we've talked about AI in healthcare, AI augmented workspaces, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah. It's been a wild ride.
But now we're getting to like the really mind-blowing stuff.
Okay, I'm ready.
Quantum AI.
This is where it gets really futuristic.
I know it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
It does, but it's becoming a reality.
And this article is saying it could like revolutionize everything.
Pretty much. I mean,
Solve problems that would take normal computers forever.
yeah, we're talking centuries, maybe even millennia.
And quantum AI could do it in like days or hours.
That's the idea.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I still don't really get quantum computing.
It's a tough concept.
Can you try to explain it again?
All right, so remember we were talking about bits.
Yeah, like others and ones.
Right. Well, quantum computers use qubits.
Okay.
And qubits can be both 0 and 1 at the same time.
What?
Yeah, it's called superposition.
So it's like that coin analogy again.
Exactly.
Heads and tails at the same time.
And that's what allows them to be so much faster.
It's not just a little faster, it's like a whole different level of speed.
Exactly, it's exponential.
And the article mentioned Google's Willow chip
Yeah,
with its 105 qubits.
it's a lot of qubits.
So what does that actually mean? Like, why is that a big deal?
Well, think of qubits like the building blocks of a quantum computer.
Okay.
The more you have, the more powerful the computer.
So Google's getting closer to building these practical quantum computers.
Right, they're making huge strides.
So what kinds of problems could we solve with this kind of power? I mean,
So many things.
besides drug discovery and material science.
Yeah, think about finance, like
Yeah.
super accurate market predictions.
Okay.
Or climate science, like modeling the Earth's climate with incredible detail.
Yeah.
Even cybersecurity, creating unbreakable encryption.
It's crazy to think about.
It really is. And the article mentioned that Asia Pacific
Yeah.
is becoming a hub for all this quantum innovation.
Why is that?
Well, countries like China and Japan are investing a ton of money
Okay.
in quantum computing research and development.
So they see it as like strategically important.
Exactly. And they're attracting top talent, building these cutting-edge facilities.
It's really interesting to see how different regions are playing a role in all this.
It is. It's a global effort.
But as we wrap up this deep dive,
Mhm.
I think it's important to remember that with all this amazing technology,
Yeah,
there are also some ethical questions we need to think about.
absolutely.
As AI gets more powerful, we got to make sure it's used responsibly.
Right. We need to consider things like bias, transparency, accountability.
Yeah. And how it's going to impact jobs and society as a whole.
Those are all critical questions.
It's a good reminder that technology is just a tool,
Mm-hmm.
and it's up to us to use it wisely.
Well said.
So to our listener, we encourage you to keep learning about AI
Yeah, explore the source material we talked about.
and really think about these predictions and what they mean for the future.
Have those conversations about the role of AI in our world.
Because the future of AI is being shaped right now.
Yeah, and we all have a part to play.
So what excites you about these AI developments?
Mm-hmm.
What are your concerns? What do you think AI will mean for your life?
These are questions we all need to be asking.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the future of AI.
It's been a pleasure.